Welcome back to Blanks No One Asked For, and in today's episode, a few Americans will be reacting to why British plugs are better than all other plugs.
And here's why.
That's not something I've ever thought of before, and I actually had to be reminded that the plugs are different over there, or we would have been in a world of hurt during our trip.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure they sell travel adapters in the UK.
This is a short video, but I've also been told it's crucial. So without further ado, what are the differences between British and American plugs? And if you're new here and have not yet done so, please make sure that you like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content. Here we go.
I get a little bit patriotic sometimes. And sometimes that's for comedy purposes, and sometimes it's genuine. And this is genuine, because I really do believe that the British plug is one of the greatest designs that has ever hit the world. For loads of reasons. I mean, there's a safety feature that most folks, at least in Britain, know, which is that it's really difficult for a kid to take, say, a screwdriver and just poke it into one of the holes.
I thought he was about to
Because
do that.
up here is earth, ground.
What?
I thought he was about to do that.
Oh, look at that.
Up there's Earth, they call Earth, and then we call ours, okay.
You said Earth?
Earth,
what
he
they
said that was
call it.
Earth. You know
We
how we
call
call
it
ours
round.
round?
Oh,
We call theirs Earth.
interesting.
Ground for the Americans, that's a safety one. These two here are live and neutral, where the actual danger is. But they've got shutters over them. I cannot, don't try this at home, I cannot poke a screwdriver in there right now. What I have to do is plug the earth pin, which you can see is slightly longer, the ground pin here, in first. And when that goes in, little shutters come up and let the other pins in. So I can show that, because this extension here is really badly designed, which means I can put the plug in upside down. So if you have a look at those shutters, when I put the earth pin in, there we go, and there's now a contact for the other two pins. So you need to have a really inventive baby to be able to put one in there and another in there and then get a shock. So that's safer, that's brilliant.
Obviously this guy doesn't have kids.
What about if you leave the plug halfway out? Because American, European sockets, you leave the plug halfway out, you've got live electricity that you can kind of touch. You can get a finger in there. Well, not here. Because on the live and neutral pins on the bottom, you can see insulation extends halfway through them. If the plug is far enough in to make a connection, like that, all you can touch is the insulation. Okay, so that's the obvious safety features. What about on the inside? Because you've got to remember, until...
Fun fact, did you know that there are actually different outlets in the bathroom specifically for shavers?
Like in our bathrooms?
In
Or
their
theirs?
bathrooms.
Oh,
their
no, I
bathrooms.
didn't know that.
No.
The more you know.
Shavers.
In 1992, the British government did not require that electrical appliances had plugs on them. If you bought a toaster or a washing machine, you would get, almost always, a bare wire at the end. And you'd expected to wire the plug yourself. So I got taught how to wire a plug in school, because that was still a required skill back then. Here we go, if I open this up. First, there's a...
Something they don't teach over here.
Absolutely not.
Hey, wait,
How to wire a plug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying the appliances didn't come with a plug.
There's
You
just
had
straight
to
wire.
wire
It looks like this right here coming out the end of it.
it's
You have
straight
to wire it
wire.
up yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You had to figure out what was ground or earth, and then what was hot and neutral.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Yeah, I was about to say there's 2.5 people at this table who can probably do it. I'm the half.
fuse. And that's an artifact of when the standard was made. Post-World War II, there was a copper...
Completely unrelated to the video. I'm really digging like the backdrop of this guy's stove. Like all the spices up there and then the tools hanging above. Like that's pretty cool.
Cookie cutters.
shortage. And, well, it was a lot cheaper to require a fuse in every plug and just build the circuit as one loop of cable going around the whole house than it was to have loads of individual copper strands going out all over the house and a fuse for each. So they just made the house one giant circuit, put a fuse in each plug. That's now safer. Then you've got the three wires. Blue is neutral. BL, L for left, blue goes to the left. Brown is live, BR, R goes to the right, live goes to the right. You can also remember that live is brown because that's the colour your trousers will go if you accidentally hit yourself with it. And finally there's this one, green and yellow. That's the earth or the ground wire. Now in normal operation that shouldn't be used, but it's basically a return path if all else fails. If something goes electrically wrong in the plug or in the appliance,
That is the same as over here. Green is for ground or earth, but it doesn't really matter what color. It could be black, red. We use black and red over here,
Or white.
or white.
We're in Mark's wheelhouse right now.
Yeah, we are.
He's loving this
Talk
video.
your spit, cuz.
That will ground it, and all the electricity will safely go away from people. Because if that disconnects and there's a problem, well, you could touch the metal bit of this toaster, and the electricity could ground itself through you and through your heart, which is bad. So instead, you have this wire here, and this is the really clever bit. This is the bit that not many people know about. You see that slack in the wire just here? In the event there's a tug on this cable and something goes wrong, and all these start fraying and coming out, the live and the neutral, the ones where the danger is, they'll get pulled out first, and then the earth wire will come out next. So in the event of damage or fraying, it's most likely that the earth wire is going to be the safe one, and no one's going to get killed. So there you go, the British plug, genuinely one of the best bits of design I've ever come across, with one exception, which is that if you just let it fall on the ground, because, you know, you're just throwing something out the way, it will almost certainly end up with the points pointing upwards, which means in the middle of the night, when you stand on it, it is really going to hurt.
The Lego effect, yes.
Lego plug.
Take that one apart right now as we speak.
Tom Scott. I don't know how much other stuff. I would assume Tom Scott has a lot of other
This
things.
is one where
but
you're taking.
Check him out.
I think we have to look up some more Tom Scott. That guy's pretty cool. But yes, this is our converter adapter that has the British plug on the backside.
Yeah. American plug on the front.
That was a bad way of phrasing that.
HDMI.
We love a backside British plug.
And then, of course, our American versions for all of our phone chargers and laptop chargers to go along with it in our hotel rooms. So, you know what I never thought I'd be doing a year and a half ago?
Look at the
Watching a
insulation.
video about British plugs, but
It's cool.
that is pretty nifty.
One thing I did find interesting too, they have fuses in theirs. We don't have fuses.
Really?
Yeah, in the plug, there's
In
a
the plug,
fuse. Normally, like Christmas lights, stuff like that, there's fuses,
fuses
inside
yes.
the cord,
Right.
the drop cord. So,
Interesting. And there you have it. Apparently,
British plugs.
British plugs
British
are
plugs.
better than all other plugs. And so now, I think one of my favorite things to do when we get over to the UK is film a vlog of me walking up to an outlet and plugging this in for the first time.
Figuring out how not to stick a screwdriver in it.
Seriously,
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. Again, thank you so much for hanging out and watching today's video. We know it was a short one, but yeah, I mean we had to see it in live action before we got there. So be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see more content from us coming soon.
And if you've stuck around this long, comment backside British plug.
All that leaves us to say is this has been blanks no one asked for, and certainly no one asked for this.
But wait, there's more. Still got that itch for more blanks no one asked for? Click that bottom left video down there to see the content that YouTube thinks would be the best for you.